me address my holes. Let's patch these jeans. Last week I posted a video asking everyone what fabric I should use to cover the holes in this pair of jeans that I cherish so much but has a hole in the ass. And this gorgeous Scottish tartan thistle fabric won by a lot. So let's make some patches out of this fun fabric on my fun jeans. The first thing I did was I put my jeans on my sewing machine, like arm in like the throat space, and I shoved my jeans down my sewing machine's throat, all to see if I needed to cut the leg up on these in order to properly patch them. And good news, baby, I don't have to. I really did not want to deal with that. Mostly because when I was on YouTube looking up videos on like how to patch jeans, people will be like, oh, I'm gonna tear up the leg and then you can put the patches on, beep, 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 and then just sew the leg back up. And then they don't show themselves sewing the leg back up. And it's like, what do you mean just sew the leg back up? This is denim. These stitches are intricate. There's a bunch of shit going on here. You can't just say, just stitch up this, whatever, it doesn't matter. I turn these jeans inside out because the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some sort of reinforcement fabric under here to like really solidify the patch and make it so that this, you know, quilting cotton is not doing all the work. If I had some spare denim lying around, I would for sure be doing this with denim, but I don't. So I have kind of a thick, stretchy canvas type fabric, and I'm gonna use that instead. These jeans have one hole in the ass, one hole on each side by the pocket, and then one hole on my thigh. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to measure the size of my asshole. I am cracking myself the up on this one. So this rip is about 7 inches long, and it's just a straight rip. It's not like a wide hole. Obviously, for the cute patch on the back, I'm not just gonna have like some 7-inch by 1-inch strip going down there. However, that is what I'm going to aim for this. I'm not using like rulers or, you know, super exact measurements here other than the measurements on my cutting mat. With these patches on the front and the back, I am going to use Heat and Bond. Heat and Bond is like a special type of paper that has a sticky side that you can stick to your fabric, and then the other side, when activated with an iron, will make it stick to fabric, kind of like a patch, like an iron-on patch. Having my fabric appliqued on with Heat and Bond is going to make this entire process easier when I'm sewing everything. Obviously, the real work and reinforcement is gonna come from sewing, but Heat and Bond is just gonna make it easier. Say Heat and Bond again. I'm not sponsored by them. When you're using Heat and Bond, follow the instructions on the package. I'll be honest, I'm saying that more for myself than for you. All right, I have ironed my Heat and Bond onto the back of the strip that is going on my butt. Now I'm bringing in my jeans and I'm going to peel the paper off of the back of the Heat and Bond carefully and place this fabric strip and iron that on there. This has been heated and bonded on. Now I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I am going to sew this in place. Also, actually, really what I'm gonna do is repeat those steps for the other holes. But like, you don't need to see every one on camera. Like, I'm doing the same thing, I promise. You know what, we've run into issue number 1. This hole, it's directly on the pocket. And the question is, do I want to seam rip off half of this pocket so that I can put this patch on and then sew the pocket back down so that it's still a usable pocket? I probably seam rip off the pocket. I don't want to! I believe this is enough removal of the pocket to establish what I need to do here. So now I'm gonna take it to my sewing machine and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a zigzag stitch straight down the hole here. And I adjusted my stitch width to hopefully be long enough. I have the pocket that I seam ripped here out of the way, but I just want to really sew up the hole. Stopping and starting as I go to make adjustments, because this is obviously, you know, awkward angles. And if you noticed, I am sewing on the front or the right side of the jeans. Hopefully you can see, I've got a zigzag stitch now here. I might go ahead and hit it with another one. I'm just being, I guess, extra cautious due to the location of the hole. I would really like it to not open back up again if I can help it. Here's what it looks like on the inside. Now I'm gonna trim this just so I don't have a bunch of extra fabric tickling my butt. So we've got our patched up hole right here, and we have some of our fabric. Now I'm going to kind of just like, I don't know, see how big of a patch would look cute here. So I'm really glad that I seam ripped the pocket because this obviously looks way better. I need to make sure that my patch goes to at least right here. I'm going to cut a little bit beyond that. Now what I need to do is, this fabric has raw edges, which will fray if I don't sew them correctly or if I don't like hem them. So I'm gonna hem them. I cut this piece a little bit big on purpose for this reason. I'm gonna fold this in about 1/4 inch and I'm going to iron that fold down. I'm gonna do that on all 4 sides. All right, that is ironed down. I'm gonna toss a couple pins in this. Next step, the heat and bond. You don't have to use like perfectly sized pieces. As I've said, this is not like the only reinforcement. So in an effort to not waste any heat and bond, I'm just gonna use some spare pieces that I had. That's stickied on. Now let's bring the jeans back in. I'm going to peel off this paper, put the patch where I would like it, iron the heat and bond down to the jeans. If you don't have heat and bond, a pin or 7 would do the same exact thing. But I have the heat and bond. And I'm gonna use the heat and bond in kind of a cool way later. So stick around. Now let's go to the sewing machine and really put her on there. All right, I have the machine now threaded with a dark purple thread, and I am going to go around this patch. I'm gonna use a blanket stitch. I think that that would look cool right here. If your machine doesn't do a blanket stitch, a zigzag stitch probably works good too. Not only does it secure the patch to my jeans, but it also secures that hem that I folded. As much stopping and starting and going as slow as I need in order to get this right. The next thing I need to do here is I'm gonna switch to a straight stitch, and I need to get this pocket sewn back on. Now I have the ultimate guide, which is the old stitches here. It looks good, I think, and the pocket is functional. In case you're wondering what the inside of this looks like, it's an absolute Frankenstein's monster in here, but you know what? It works. So I'm gonna repeat all the steps on the other patches, but I just wanna show you something kind of fun that you can do with heat and bond. You can draw like whatever shapes you might want. That's ugly. That has some more promise. You can draw the shapes that you would like and cut it out of your fabric that way. So I'm gonna take that heat and bond that I just drew on, and I'm going to fuse it to the wrong side of my fabric here. With that bonded on, you can cut around whatever picture you drew, and you will have that shape for a fabric applique. Listen to me right now. If you are going to do this with something like letters or numbers, you need to draw those letters and numbers backwards because you are putting the heat and bond on the wrong side of the fabric, and so when you cut this out, the picture is going to be the other side of the fabric, the right side of the fabric, which means that if you didn't do your number or letter backwards, then you are going to end up with a backwards letter or number. See, look at that, a heart. Let's see if I can salvage this flower, because in my head, having a flower patch is gonna be like really cute. That's cute. Does it look sort of like a sea creature? Yes, but it's cute. I don't have footage of me sewing it, but I realized I probably should have shown you how I was doing holes like this. I would take the bigger piece, heat and bond it on, and then just do a zigzag all the way around. Pop that patch on there. With my experience with heat and bond is that if it's all the way out into the edges like it was with this one, remember I only put it in the middle on the back patch, all the way out to the edges on this one, then doing the hem isn't as important. These are like stuck to the heat and bond and it won't fray as much. All done. They came out really cute. I'm very happy with the whole coverage. I would say overall, pretty easy project. And hey, I only sewed my jeans clothes once. I can see why people split up the side of the leg, especially if you wanted to do more patches and really make them look like patchwork jeans. But I think they look pretty cool. Cut to myself wearing them so you can see them on. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to my page. It helps me a lot, and then we can see each other again. I don't know, maybe catch up over coffee. Who knows?